afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for coming out. I'm Deputy Chief Aaron Hughley. I oversee our investigations division and also serves as our agency's public information officer. Standing here with me today is Southfield Police Chief Elvin Barren, Deputy Chief Jeffrey Jagowski, who oversees our patrol division, and Detective Lieutenant Mustafa Beasy. Today, Chief Barren will update the public regarding the outstanding police work which led to the arrest of 3 violent suspects who were involved in crimes in multiple jurisdictions. The incident occurred on Friday, October 18, 2024 at approximately 2:42 a.m. on the Lodge Freeway and Puritan Avenue. I ask that you please hold all of your questions until the conclusion of the press briefing and turn off or mute any cell phones or other electronic devices. Also, please wait to be escorted back down to the main lobby. A press packet is available on the back table, which includes a USB drive of all files presented here today. Also, for record-keeping purposes, we ask that you complete our media sign-in sheet. And without any further delay, Chief Barren.
And thank you, Deputy Chief. And as I always say, I thank you to you all for being here. Give us the opportunity to update the community on a significant arrest made by the Southfield Police Department. You know, oftentimes we refer to the city of Southfield affectionately as the center of it all. And what that means in this case, you know, individuals travel through our city all the time. And it gives us an opportunity when there's wanted fugitives that come through our city, and leveraging the technology that we leverage, we're now able to assist other departments with apprehending some of their most violent and dangerous suspects, as is in this case. So I'm going to start off with the scenario. Began Friday, October 18th at approximately 2:42 a.m. Southfield officers were on patrol in the area of 10 Mile and Evergreen when they received information that a wanted vehicle had entered our city. The vehicle was a stolen 2017 Jeep Grand Cherokee, maroon in color. The vehicle was reported stolen out of the city of Southfield on October 6th. The vehicle was also identified as being involved in a homicide that occurred in the city of Detroit on October 11th, and used in the larceny from a building that occurred in Garden City on October 17th. Southfield officers located that vehicle southbound Lodge Freeway near Northland Drive. The officers attempted to box the vehicle in. However, the driver, identified as suspect number 1, swerved out of the way, striking our patrol vehicle, and continued fleeing. The vehicle continued southbound on the Lodge due to the vehicle and its occupants being wanted out of the city of Detroit for a pending homicide. And in the best interest of public safety, our officers made intentional contact with that vehicle near Puritan Avenue on the Lodge Freeway, which ended the pursuit. Southfield officers arrested all 3 occupants without incident. Southfield officers recovered a stolen 9mm handgun with an extended magazine underneath the front driver's seat. Note, this firearm was also reported stolen out of the city of Redford on August 14th of this year. The driver, identified as Brandon Flowers, has been charged with count 1, carrying a concealed weapon, count 2, felony firearm, count 3, fleeing and eluding. His criminal history dates back to 2021, where there's weapons offenses, forgery, receiving and concealing stolen property, and he's also listed as a suspect in a pending homicide. He was given a $10,000 bond, cash, or surety. The front seat passenger, identified as Vernon Fallon, was turned over to the Garden City Police Department and has been charged with the following: count 1, breaking and entering; count 2, carrying a concealed weapon; count 3, felony firearm; count 4, larceny from a building; count 5, possession of a converted firearm. Fallon was arraigned today by Garden City Police Department and given a $100,000 cash or surety bond. His criminal history dates back to 2022 for weapons offenses, robbery, and felony firearm. Our third suspect, not identified at this time due to pending charges, he was the rear seat passenger and turned over to the Detroit Police Department for listed as a suspect for a pending homicide, as we talked about earlier. And he does not have a current history, reported history, as I always like to say. So this time we're going to show the video. We're going to show the pursuit and how it concluded. And then, as I always point to, how we bring these individuals, these dangerous individuals, into custody without incident. Video, please.
Watch our ramp.
So southbound M10 at Northland exit with 9 false homicidum, 50. The felony vehicle at Garden City. So right key, Grand Cherokee. 3 radio, one vehicle wanted for a possible homicide, according to Detective Arnold in Detroit.
10-4, we were in the field and not the field shooter.
10 car behind us on US priority. Or southbound M10.
Starting traffic for very heavy and south end.
We're still southbound M10, going 70 miles an hour, having lit up on it. Whoever's behind me trying to, get in front of me, they just got blocked here. We're going to try to get 10-5 with it. He's taking off from us. We're southbound M10, going 80 miles an hour.
Southbound and 10 miles an hour.
North of 8 miles an hour. Speeds up to 100, light traffic, no traffic. Clear weather, clear roads.
South of 8 miles.
Warrior, get the time here, the way.
10-4, do will make contact with me.
Coming up to the 7-mile exit on M10. Speeds are 100, no traffic, clear weather, clear roads.
7-mile exit, speed at 100, no traffic, clear weather, clear road.
Let's do a box.
Traffic being heavy.
78, saying that you.
We're top of Wyoming now, speeds 80 miles an hour, no traffic.
South of Wyoming, 80 miles an hour, no traffic. We lost traffic.
Cruising Dakota, Ohio Plate, King Mary Charles 9408, KMC 9408, Ohio. 76 ready to get up here.
978.
We got 2 other cars.
2 out of the car.
Radio, we're getting suspects out. We're secured now.
Getting the suspects out with secure.
3 radio, we got 2 other cars. There's 1 more in there.
2 out of the car, there's still 1 in there.
And the lights, please. And as always, give you a moment to adjust. And I always think it's important when we have incidents involving any of our arrests, but particularly our violent suspects, that we always show you how we bring these individuals to custody. Regardless of the type of things that they're wanted for, the Southfield Police Department will always remain professional and bring these suspects in without any unnecessary harm being implemented. And so with that, I open up the floor for questions.
When you said you guys were alerted that there was a stolen vehicle in Southfield, how did that work? Was that from like a license plate camera or?
Yeah, so we have advanced technology, and that we do leverage that technology. So the information came from our dispatch center once the notification came in, and then alerted the officers of what the vehicle description was, what it was wanted for, and what general area to start that search.
I didn't know if this was stated. Do you have a date on the homicide?
Yes, I think I reported that was October 11th. October 11th. Yes.
And go over once again where the suspects went. 'Cause I know you said one is Garden City, Detroit, and one was a rape today.
Yes. So one ran out of Southfield. That was our driver. And then you had suspect number 2 was the front seat passenger, arraigned in Garden City. And then suspect number 3, Detroit did pick up the individual for homicide, probable cause. In addition to that, what we've learned is suspect number 1 also, Detroit retrieved him today for probable cause for homicide as well.
Like pending homicide.
Correct. And so, these things are very important to ensure our community. When you have a police pursuit, they're all risk associated with those. One thing the Southfield Police Department tries to do is use different techniques to minimize risk to the public. As you saw in the video, boxing in techniques, intentional contact, our pit maneuvers, all in the effort to minimize risk to the public. In this incident, 2:30 in the morning, very little to no traffic, gave us an opportunity to pursue this vehicle, and then, as you saw in the video, bring them into custody without any unnecessary harm to the suspects or to the community or our officers. But we're going to continue with these techniques. We're going to continue with these policies. We have to set a standard that if you want it for a violent crime, you don't just get to just wander off. We're going to do it responsibly as we've been doing it. I'm going to share information with you as I always do, but we were not going to let an opportunity go past where an individual is wanted for a homicide and not give that family a chance at closure. And so again, I'm proud of the work that the men and the women of the Southfield Police Department continue to do, and these agencies are also very thankful of our officers for helping them solve some of their crimes.
Just to confirm, I think I heard over 110 miles probably.
Yeah, over 100 miles. I don't know exactly but yes, over 100 miles an hour at certain points during the chase. Yes.
Well, you touched on this, but if it was a busier time of day, more cars on the road, you guys would have to react differently. That's something that's always been assessed.
Yeah, our policies and our expectations from our supervisor and our officers is to constantly manage the environment. So your question would be, what does that mean? So daytime, weather, heavy traffic. We've terminated, during our last assessment of the pursuits that we've initiated, we pretty much terminated half of them for the reasons that you're concerned about, which is a safety aspect. And that's the police officers and the supervisors doing that on their own. So we try to be responsible, mindful, and again, I think the public understands that, and the public supports us in our efforts of crime prevention and accountability.
Was there a modified weapon that was
Yeah, it was from what some of the charges were, extended magazine, and then a charge out of Garden City was when they had retrieved their evidence for their crime in their city. It was a converted weapon that they charged suspect number 2 with. Oh, yeah, thank you for that. So basically, this is the front seat of the vehicle, where you can see for yourself the extended magazine handgun is right up underneath the seat of the driver, and then there's just another view of the gun for your reporting.
And those were the main two other things that you found in the vehicle, was a handgun and then a magazine.
Correct. The extended magazine was part of the handgun. But yes, both of those in the vehicle underneath the front seat driver's view and reach. All right, any more questions? All right, thank you all.